This 6-story tall structure isn't a factory, it isn't a power plant, and it definitely isn't a building. What you're looking at is the beating heart of a sea giant, the engine of the world's largest LNG-powered container ship. A machine so enormous that workers don't just service it, they walk inside it. Its propeller rises as tall as a double-story house, spinning with enough force to move a floating city through storms, waves, and oceans that swallow mountains. And when a machine this massive wakes up, it doesn't sip fuel, it devours it. 100,000 liters, gone in the first few minutes of ignition. To feed this monster, the ship carries a fuel tank so large you could lower 6 Olympic swimming pools into it and still have room left over. Inside that tank, 20 million liters of liquefied natural gas, kept at a temperature so cold your skin would freeze solid in less than a second. Today, you're not just learning about a ship, you're entering a world-class mega project that stretched engineering, physics, and human capability to their absolute limits. This is the story of the Jacques Sade-class LNG megaships, the cleanest supervessels the oceans have ever seen, built not in decades, but in 2 years. 9 giants, 4 football fields long, 7 Eiffel Towers in weight, thousands of lives involved. This is Luxrish, where we dive into the hidden empires of engineering, the silent machines that keep the modern world alive, and the incredible human ambition behind them. Look around your room for a moment. Your phone, your laptop, your clothes, even the chair you're sitting on. Almost everything you touch crossed an ocean to reach you. We live in an age of rockets to Mars, AI that writes poetry, and skyscrapers that kiss the clouds. But behind all of this modern wonder, the true backbone of our civilization is something far older, far quieter, and far bigger than most of us ever imagine. Cargo ships. While we track every plane in the sky, watching little yellow dots glide across digital maps, we barely think about what's happening on the oceans. At any moment, roughly 15,000 to 20,000 airplanes crisscross the sky. But beneath those clouds, moving through darkness, fog, storms, and silence, are 38,000 cargo ships, each one carrying the lifeblood of global trade. Together, they transport 90% of everything humanity uses. 90%. That means the global economy does not run on money alone. It runs on steel hulls, diesel fumes, satellite navigation, and thousands of floating cities drifting across the oceans. And yet, these giants are nearly invisible. They leave no trail in the sky, no announcements, no passengers posting photos from the deck. Only port workers, navigators, and satellite operators truly witness their movements. But here's the truth the world seldom talks about. Ships cannot get any bigger, not because humans lack the engineering, but because nature and geography say no. The Suez Canal, Panama Canal, major global ports, they act like bottlenecks, physical limitations in a world of limitless ambition. So the real race isn't about building bigger ships anymore, it's about building smarter ones, cleaner ones, more efficient ones. This is where the French shipping titan CMACGM enters the stage. They didn't want a giant. They wanted a revolution, a new generation of ships that didn't just carry the future, but protected it. Their goal? To build the world's largest, cleanest, long-distance container ship, powered not by diesel or heavy fuel oil, but by LNG, liquefied natural gas, a fuel that burns cleaner, travels farther, and signals the beginning of a new chapter in maritime history. What came next was not just engineering, it was ambition on a planetary scale. In the world of ship, one name stands above most: CMACGM, a French giant known not just for moving goods, but for pushing boundaries. But a few years ago, they dared to ask a question the industry wasn't ready for. What if a mega ship could be powerful and clean? For decades, cargo ships ran on heavy fuel oil, a thick, black, tar-like substance so dirty it was banned from roads, homes, and factories, but not from the ocean. If the shipping industry were a country, it would rank as the 6th biggest polluter on Earth. The world wanted cleaner trade. Politicians demanded greener oceans. Environmental laws were tightening, and CMA-CGM saw something others didn't: a future where the biggest ships weren't the biggest polluters. So they made a choice that shocked the entire maritime world. They would build the world's largest clean fuel container ships, fueled not by oil but by LNG, cleaner, colder, safer for the planet. But LNG brought a terrifying challenge. To keep it liquid, you must trap it at minus 161 degrees Celsius. That means the fuel tank isn't just a tank, it's a cryogenic vault, a frozen heart beating inside a steel mountain. Yet, CMA-CGM didn't stop at one ship. They wanted 9, not 9 normal ships, not 9 large ships, 9 400-meter-long, 61-meter-wide, 70,000-ton steel leviathans, each capable of carrying 23,112 containers, enough to stretch a line of cargo 150 kilometers long. Their deck length 4 football fields in a row. Their height taller than the Kutub Minor. Their weight equal to 7 Eiffel Towers. But size wasn't the challenge. Time was. A single megaship normally took 18 months to build. CMA-CGM wanted 9 in 2 years. Shipbuilding experts said it was impossible. Engineers warned it was too fast. Rivals dismissed it as corporate theater. But CMA-CGM had already decided. This wasn't just a construction project. This was a race against physics, against deadlines, against everything the shipping world believed was possible. And they had one secret advantage: a shipyard in Hong Kong, so massive it looked less like a factory and more like a city of steel, a place where sparks, cranes, and machinery never rested, where daylight and night meant nothing, where 6,000 workers moved with the precision of a human supercomputer. This shipyard had one philosophy: if you can't build it fast, build it differently. That idea would change everything. In Hong Kong, there exists a shipyard so massive that from above it resembles a metallic city stretching across 4 kilometers, 6,000 workers, 24-hour shifts, a schedule that never slows down. The strategy was radical. Don't build a ship, assemble it piece by piece. The backbone is steel, 12,660 sheets per ship. Each sheet cut by a laser so hot it burns at 18,000 degrees Celsius, 3 times hotter than the sun's surface. The laser slices through steel as easily as slicing butter on a hot day. Over 880 kilometers of steel plates were cut. For a single ship, these plates became blocks, some the size of cars, others the size of buildings. Blocks came pre-installed with electrical circuits, ventilation ducts, hydraulic systems, water lines, insulation. They were not pieces, they were rooms. The stern alone was made from 5 blocks weighing 790 tons, lifted by 2 mega cranes, each movement monitored by engineers with laser sensors. A single misalignment by even 1 millimeter could sabotage months of work. Then came the welding marathon, 1,250 kilometers of welds, more than the distance from London to Madrid, each inch inspected using X-rays and ultrasonic scans, because the ocean punishes weakness and the sea forgives nothing. LNG must stay at minus 161 degrees Celsius. If it warms up even slightly, the gas expands with explosive force, so engineers had to design a tank that could hold 20 million liters of LNG for the ship to travel from China to Europe without a single refueling stop. This tank is so large it could swallow 6 Olympic swimming pools and still have room to spare. But storing LNG isn't the problem. Keeping it cold is. The engineers essentially had to build the world's largest thermos. They began with a massive steel shell, then added multiple insulation layers, foam insulation, steel membranes, thermal barriers, flexible expansion panels. The work took 9 months. Every seam was tested with soapy water, a glass jar, and a compressor. If bubbles appeared, there was a leak. Leaks meant explosions. Only after eliminating every flaw did they install the final flexible membrane, 1.2 millimeter stainless steel designed to shrink and expand as temperatures plunge to near absolute zero. This technology is used not in ships, but in space stations. Then came the beating heart, the world's largest LNG-powered engine, a 6-story industrial cathedral, 20 meters tall, 2,000 tons heavy, producing 85,000 horsepower. It arrived in 6 monstrous pieces. The crankshaft alone, 220 tons of machined steel, had to be moved on a 140-wheel robotic transporter, crawling slowly like a mechanical centipede. Inside the engine, 12 pistons, 1 meter in diameter each, firing in perfect rhythm. This engine drives a 92-ton propeller 10 meters tall. Cast as a single piece of bronze, it takes days to cool after being forged. Each rotation of this propeller generates thrust equivalent to a commercial airliner taking off. This was not engineering. This was a symphony army of steel and fire. Now came the ocean proofing. Salt water is the silent killer, corrosion's patient enemy. So the ship was coated with 1 million liters of marine paint across 9,500 square meters of hull. Below the waterline is special anti-fouling paint that prevents barnacles from sticking and reduces drag, saving millions in fuel. Above deck, the final structure was added, the command bridge, a futuristic glass tower equipped with the Smart Eyes system, giving captains a 360-degree digital view with 0 blind spots. Rain, fog, storms, nothing can hide from Smart Eyes. This ship had transformed from a steel skeleton to a floating supercomputer. Before a megaship can be trusted with billions of dollars of cargo, before it can cross oceans, storms, and continents, it must face something far more brutal than the sea itself. The trials, a 15-day gauntlet designed to break weak ships and prove legends. This is where engineers stop treating the vessel like a masterpiece and start treating it like a suspect. Because if anything fails out there, if a bolt loosens, if a weld cracks, if a sensor misfires, 40,000 tons of steel could become the world's most expensive shipwreck. And so the monster is dragged into open water. No land in sight, no safety net, only engineers, the ocean, and truth. The first test is simple to describe and terrifying to perform. Push the engine to its limits. 85,000 horsepower roars through the hull. The entire ship shudders like a skyscraper in an earthquake. Pistons the size of refrigerators fire in perfect rhythm. Engineers monitor vibrations down to microns. If the engine shakes even slightly off pattern, the entire 220-ton crankshaft could shear apart. The ship passes. The heartbeat holds steady. Next comes the infamous moment every captain dreads. Full speed, then full stop. The propeller's blades churn the ocean into white fury. The ship forces itself to halt, a mountain trying to stop on water. The momentum alone could snap steel. Bulkheads groan, rivets strain, but the hull holds. The internal systems remain stable. The monster survives its first death scenario, when a 400-meter megaship becomes a target. In our modern world, we celebrate sleek gadgets and digital progress, but the truth is far more humble. Your phone, your clothes, your furniture, your coffee machine, almost everything you own spent weeks inside a metal box on a ship like this. These megaships are not just vessels. They are the arteries of the global economy. They are proof that human ambition can turn mountains into moving machines. Cleaner, smarter, stronger. The LNG megaship is a tribute to 6,000 workers, hundreds of engineers, and a vision that refused to accept limits. When humans decide to move the world moves. Thank you for watching Luxrish. Subscribe for more cinematic journeys into the hidden empires of power, wealth, and engineering greatness. Until next time, the oceans are calling.